OG F1 explainer and one of the best overtakes in Formula One history ever, but this photo isn't as it seems. Everybody thinks that Mika is explaining his beautiful move to Michael, but actually he's pretty pissed about something that happened the lap before. So it's the year 2000, the Belgium Grand Prix. Mika Häkkinen is in championship lead and he also takes pole position for the race, and he's battling Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. So of course it's Belgium, it's raining, so the race starts under a safety car, but as the track dries, it's about lap 13, Mika spins, and that allows Michael to take the lead for the remainder of the race. But what happens? Michael's tyres start degrading and Mika does catch up, and it leads to one of the most beautiful overtakes in Formula One history, in my opinion, and I say that as a shimmy girl. So with 4 laps left to go, we're on lap 41. Mika just sends it through Eau Rouge. He follows Michael very close now down the Camel Straight, but then they get to Les Combes and they encounter a back marker, Ricardo Zonta, in the BAR. What happens? Michael goes left, Mika goes right. They both pass Zonta on either side of him, and Mika comes out in front. I think at the time Zonta said something like, "Are those guys crazy or are those guys nuts?" I mean, can you imagine 2 world champions just passing you on either side? But Mika said afterwards that he knew that in order to overtake Michael there, that he just had to go flat out through Eau Rouge, which was super ballsy, because he said at the time you would do that in qualifying, but you wouldn't do it in the race because, you know, your car is heavy, your tires are degrading. It's just not the done thing. But he knew that Michael would be going left of Zonta when he would eventually overtake the back marker because of the upcoming corner that, you know, Michael would go left. So he decided, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go right. But as I said, this isn't actually what Mika was explaining in that picture. He was pretty annoyed because the lap prior, he had tried to do an overtake on Michael and Michael had pushed him off. And you can see Mika just going like, "Are you serious?" with his hands, because you're not allowed, per the rules, he wasn't allowed to change his racing line like that. And Mika actually said afterwards that it was natural that I went to talk to him after the race. You can't push someone to the grass at 300 kilometers per hour. This is a life and death situation. Use some common sense. Then he said Michael had tilted his head and looked at me. What did I do wrong? It's funny actually, when you hear Mika talk about this years later, he's using the same hand gestures to explain how Michael was pushing him off. And Mika kept his cool though. He won the Grand Prix the very first time he won the Belgian Grand Prix, and in the press conference later he was like, "Yep, I loved it, great overtake. I'm not sure Michael loved it though." And Michael just replied like, "Yeah, it was nice, but honestly it was pretty spectacular."